Hello everybody and welcome back to Blue Jay Acres. My name is Noelle. Thank you so much for stopping by. So this week we have a high protein, healthy meal plan for you for only $5. I think it's $5.04 a day a person. Now I did this to feed 4. Again, I'm doing it because this is really for my daughter who has 3 roommates at college. So for them this would be $5 a day a person. But I'll go on and show you the haul and then we'll talk about how much it cost. So here is what I bought. Okay, so then here is this week's shopping haul. So we'll just go on and start over here with our produce. So I got some blueberries for $5.84, frozen blueberries for $2.47, some cilantro for 68 cents, 3 limes for 75 cents, 2 avocados for $1.48, a lemon for 50 cents, 6 mangoes for $4.44, 1 pineapple for $1.98, 8 bananas for $2.16, 1 cabbage for $2.72, a bag of carrots, there they are, they're back there. The carrots were $1.08, 2 heads of lettuce, that was $3.88, 1 package of celery for $1.48, some green onions for 98 cents, 6 tomatoes for $1.26, a pack of green beans for $2.57. This was supposed to be a cantaloupe, and they substituted it out for another melon, but you would get a cantaloupe for $2.98, a watermelon for $4.37, strawberries for $4.73, jalapenos for 50 cents, and they gave us a lot of them. Peppers, the bag of mini peppers for $2.88, a bag of potatoes for $3.68, 2 regular onions or yellow onions for $1.56, 1 purple onion for 86 cents, 1 head of garlic back here for 69 cents. I got asparagus for $1.98, 2 cucumbers for $1.16, and there's 4 peppers. The other one's hiding over there. The 4 peppers for $2.72. All right, and then over here we have butter for $3.98, pepper jack cheese for $1.77, cheddar cheese for $1.77. I got 2 18 packs, so that would be 36 eggs for $6.06. 3 Greek yogurts. These are plain Greek yogurts for $10.62. Then I got some oatmeal for $3.98. I got some chocolate chips here for $2.32. Some unsweetened cocoa powder for $2.48. Some peanut butter, that's the all-natural peanut butter, nothing but peanuts, for $3.34. A 4-pack of tuna for $3.52. Garbanzo beans, 2 cans of that, or chickpeas, for $1.64. A bag of dried pinto beans for $1.98. A 2-pound bag of rice for $1.77, a bag of popcorn for $2.28, and then I also got some ground beef for $3.97 and sausage for $2.97, and then I got 2 of these packs of chicken. There is another one under here, if you guys can see that, and that is $24.36. Okay, so for a family of 4, and I'm going to tell you the truth, I'm going to feed 6 people on this. But for 4 people, this would cost $141.46. And that's for a week, which breaks down to $35.37 a week for like my daughter and each of her roommates, or $5.04 a day. However, you can make this cheaper if you want. So if you're doing it for your family and that $141 and some change is too much for you, here are some simple things I would do. I would ditch all the fresh fruit and I would just buy a great big bag of like frozen berries. And that would be your fruit for the week, because you could use the berries in all the different things we're gonna make. You don't have to do all the fresh fruit. If my kids didn't specifically request certain fresh fruit, I wouldn't even done all the fresh fruit. I would have just done a big bag of frozen fruit. And the other thing is, you don't have to do all the Greek yogurt if you don't want to. I'm gonna use that in place of sour cream, in place of milk, in place of a lot of different things throughout the week. But you don't have to. You could just buy a gallon of milk if you wanted to, and some sour cream, and that'd be cheaper than all the Greek yogurt. Again though, that's gonna take away your protein, because that is very high in protein, and this is a high protein week of eating. The other thing you could do is all those fresh vegetables, don't buy them. Buy a bunch of frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables are very tasty, they're still very nutritious, and they're like half the cost. So you could definitely do that as well. Also, maybe you want to cut back on some of the meat. Again, that would kind of take away from the high protein side of things, but you could definitely add more grains or beans in place of some of the meat. So there's definitely ways to make this way cheaper if you want it to be way cheaper. Easily bring it under $100 for a family of 4 for a week. And I feel that $80 to $100 is as realistic budget on the low side that you know, is realistic. I don't feel like under $80 to $100 for 4 people is very realistic. I just don't. I understand some of you might have to do that, but if you don't have to, I feel like that is very doable and very realistic. And again, to easily get it under there, maybe ditch the cocoa powder. You don't have to have it. I'm gonna use it just to make some chocolatey oats, you know, for like a treat. You don't have to have that. You could just use the chocolate chips, or don't use the chocolate chips at all. I mean, that's up to you. I am going to, on this challenge though, also, or on this week, use some pantry items that I already have. So if you don't have honey or maple syrup, those are the sweeteners I'm gonna use, then you would need to get that, or you could use whatever kind of sweeteners you got at your house that you enjoy using. Whether it's stevia, or whether it is, you know, sugar, brown sugar, whatever it is you like to use. Aside from the sweeteners and spices, I don't really think there's anything else that I'm going to use from my house. It'd mostly just be the sweeteners and the spices. I'm not going to bring in flour or anything like that. So next, why the high protein? I wanted to just touch on that real quick. The high protein I chose because, one, my daughter and her 3 roommates are all in ROTC, the military training, and they do a lot of working out, they do a lot of running, and they definitely want to follow the high protein diet. So this is specifically made a lot for her. The other thing is, this is actually how we have been eating, because actually my doctor put me on a high protein, high fiber diet, along with semaglutide about 3 weeks ago. So this is actually how I've been eating. So when some of you have asked, how are you making all these meals? What's everybody else eating? Because I do have a large family. I feed 6 on a daily basis, and my girls are home from college every other weekend, 3 or 4 days every other week. Breaks, they're about to be home all summer. So, and I put food away usually for my mother as well. So I cook anywhere from 6 to 9 people daily. All right, that being said, I'm also this week going to be doing this daily video style for you guys, just for this week. So I'll be on each day, because this is really how we're eating. So then I can show you what I am cooking, because this is the stuff I cook each day. When I make the other videos, the family eats that really fast, but I'm still making this type of stuff weekly or daily. So for this week, I'm going to do daily videos. Make sure you thumbs it up and let me know how you enjoy that. And then we'll see what we do the week after this. All right, so here is day 1. Let's go on and get started. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack or treat every day. Let's start with some breakfast. All right, day 1's breakfast. This is about a cup of Greek yogurt, a little bit of honey on top, and some blueberries. We're keeping it super simple for our first day. Alright, so one of the first things I want to do is take my pinto beans. I'm just going to do half of the bag, because that's a pound. If we want more, We'll have more later. I'm just looking for any bad beans or any little rocks. And you'll know it'd be like a little dark rock if you see a rock. I almost always find at least one rock in a bag of beans. Alright, that's about half the bag. I'm going to save the other half. I didn't find any yet. But I'm going to save this other half in case we need it later in the week. If not, then it's great to have for next week. I'm just going to rinse these really good, and I'm going to cover them with a whole lot of water and cook it on high. Probably for about 8 hours or so, until they're nice and tender. I'm not going to season them or do anything until after they're done cooking. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but I filled a lot of water in there. You want to get plenty of water. So it's about halfway up the crock pot of water. And now, that's it. I'm just going to put it on high. I'll just do for 8 to 10 hours. We'll eat on this tomorrow. I just want to get it all cooked up today so it's ready to go. You could also soak your beans overnight and then do it, and then you would have probably half the cooking time. So that's also an option. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is in the rest of this first container after breakfast, I'm going to just chop up some strawberries and put it in with the Greek yogurt. I'm going to make today's like little treat or snack for later. So I'm just going to cut this up. I'm adding about 5 strawberries. If you want, you could add cocoa powder to this because you have the cocoa powder. And then I'm going to add honey. You could add sugar, brown sugar, whatever sweetener you like, maple syrup. I'm going to just add some honey to this. And stir this all up. You're gonna add some vanilla. You could have vanilla. Okay. Then I'm just gonna put it by some little dollops on this parchment paper because I'm going to freeze this and make like little yogurt bites. Alright, then I'm going to melt some of our chocolate chips. Now I picked milk chocolate chips, do semi-sweet, do white chocolate, whatever kind you like. I just chose the milk chocolate. It's chocolate and strawberries are delicious, and my kids just like the milk chocolate. So I'm just going to melt about that many, maybe half a cup worth, something like that. Okay, so this is about a minute and a half. And now I'm just going to put some chocolate on top of each. And then these will just go into the freezer. You can of course do a neater job and just drizzle and make it pretty. I'm trying to just make sure I get enough on each one. Again, you can drizzle and make it pretty so that it looks like that. But then you're losing some of the chocolate. Alright, that's it. These are ready to go into the freezer, and we will have these as a snack a little later. Alright, next we're going to move into lunch. So the first thing I did was I put on about 4 cups of rice. I put it in my rice cooker, just wherever, you know, however you want to cook it. I love having a rice cooker. It's not necessary. It is something that I will definitely be sending with my girls because they both love rice, and you can get little mini rice cookers for like college dorms or for first apartments kind of thing. So I'll definitely be sending that with them next year. Anyway, a rice cooker. I just have my rice going, and then we are going to go on and use our tuna up this afternoon for day 1. So let's make our lunch with the tuna. Now I am going to use all 4 cans of tuna. I'll show you that here in a second. That is up to you if you want to use all 4 cans of tuna yourself or not. I chose 2 because that way if we've got leftovers, they're good to go. We have a very busy day tomorrow. So I need breakfast and lunch crazy simple tomorrow. So if we have leftovers, that's even more perfect. All right, let's make this lunch. All right, not sure what all I can show you, what you can see here. We're gonna do some green beans with our lunch. I picked green beans just because they go bad fast. I feel like they get slimy pretty fast. Definitely cannot wait until our green beans grow in our garden, because then I just pick them as we eat them. I'm gonna add a jalapeno. Don't have to, that's totally up to you. I am, because we have so many jalapenos that we got in that order, which I wasn't expecting. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a couple cloves of our garlic. I'm going to shred a little bit of our carrots. I'm going to use a little bit of this cabbage. The cabbage I'm mostly going to just sneak in here and there. I'm thinking maybe egg roll in a bowl one day, but not sure because my family's not huge on cabbage, but it's really good and good in the fiber department. So I am sneaking it in wherever I can. A couple green onions. I'm going to put in just a little bit of this cheese here. Our 4 can of tuna. I have 2 eggs here. You guys, my chicken's laid one of the biggest eggs. I'm telling you, that's a double yolker. She's been laying a lot of double yolkers lately. And I'm going to use some Old Bay seasoning. You don't have to. You could just season it however you want. I'm just choosing to use that. And then instead of flour. Okay, so instead of flour, we're going to make just some oat flour. Because I told you guys we wouldn't use flour, just oats. So I don't need much. I'm just gonna put a little bit in a magic bullet, which my girls definitely have up at the college, and turn it into my own flour. All right, and then that'll turn it into flour. The magic bullet works good enough if you don't need it super fine. If you need it super fine, then I would use a more powerful blender, blender. All right, next. I'm gonna open and drain all these cans of tuna. Now, if you don't wanna make tuna fritters, with your tuna, then don't. You can make a tuna salad with the avocado, or you can make like a buffalo tuna salad with some hot sauce. You can make a basic tuna salad and just use Greek yogurt in place of the mayonnaise. We're doing that in anything that we do, mayonnaise or sour cream or anything like that. This week we are doing Greek yogurt in place of that. However you want to do it, just throw some on a lettuce and eat it if you want. Or, you know, maybe you have crackers and you want to do tuna and crackers. However you want to do it, but we're just doing it like this because Theo loves a good tuna patty, and actually Charles does, and I really do too. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to start just by dumping all 4 cans of tuna in here. Then I'm going to add my 2 eggs. Let's see if this second one is a double yolker. We'll see. I'm pretty sure it is. Sometimes though they can lay an egg in an egg. But yes, if you can see, that is a double yolker. Then I'm going to go on and add some Old Bay seasoning. I'm going to top these with some Greek yogurt, like as a sour cream topping. But if you want to add a little Greek yogurt in here, you can, because maybe you don't want to top it with Greek yogurt. That is up to you. The green beans I'm setting aside because we're going to use those on the side. And then the green onions, I just use scissors and I cut them and put them in here. You could use some of the regular onion if you don't want to use your green onion. I love green onion. And then I just put these back in water. These tiny little ends, and they will regrow, I promise you. In fact, I'll just put them in this little water here. Dump a little bit of that out, this little medicine cup. And these will grow. Theo had got me a flower yesterday. But these will grow into brand new green onions. Always do that. I always do. Blueberry pie?
Yeah, really.
All right.
I haven't tried these in a while.
All right. We'll make you a blueberry pie today. Okay, if you do not want spicy, which I love spicy, Charles does not, make sure you take the veins out as well as the seeds. And you won't get all the spicy of the jalapeno, you'll just get flavor. So I'm just gonna cut this up real quick and put that in there. Alright, that's probably enough. I'll leave this for some pico that we're gonna make later on in the week. Alright, the next thing I'm gonna do is just cut off a little piece of my cheese. I'm gonna grate a little bit of cheese in here. That's optional. The other thing you can also do is always make like banana boat or tuna boats. Put a little cheese on top, make like a tuna salad. Put it in some of the peppers that we got. That would be good too. I'm gonna grate some carrot in here. So cabbage is definitely one of my favorite vegetables to buy because it lasts a really long time in the fridge. I can sneak it into so many things and it's good for you. But I'll make that cabbage last me probably most of the week. I need to sharpen this knife a little bit. I would love like cabbage rolls, and we got all the stuff except for tomato sauce to do it. But you can even make tomato sauce with the tomatoes we got. My family does not enjoy that, sadly. But I would. Alright, that's good enough. And then we're gonna a couple of our garlic here. I think maybe I'll just do one. That's a pretty good size garlic clove. I think that's good enough. I don't need it super fine. And that pretty much is everything. So just mix all this together. Use your hands if you want. I might need a little more. Let's see. I need more of the oat flour. But oat flour does soak things up pretty good. So just remember that if you're using oat flour. Again, hot sauce would be good. I think I'm going to do Greek yogurt and hot sauce on mine. And I'll show you that when we're done. Next, I'm going to just go on and put this in here. Just like that. son is asking for blueberry pie.
That's,
All right, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing with all of them. So let that cook a little bit more on the bottom so they come out good. All right, next I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit. I'm gonna add more of our oil to that same pan. I'm also gonna add a little bit of butter. And then I'm gonna start throwing my green beans in here. For all the splashing because I just rinsed my green beans. I'm gonna add some garlic powder in here. And then you could just add some salt and pepper, but I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce. Just kind of stir that about. I'm also going to add a little bit of maple syrup. So making these just kind of Asian style. I'll just cover that for a minute, just let it cook up. I'm also going to add just a little bit of toasted sesame oil. Again, you could just do salt, pepper, and like onion powder, garlic powder, whatever you want. Alright, so here is mine and Charles's lunch. The kids will just come down and make their own. So on mine, what I did is I put on a little bit more cabbage, and then I added just a little bit of the Greek yogurt and hot sauce, topped it with some green onions, a little sesame seeds on the green beans. Charles, I just topped his with green onions and sesame seeds on the green beans, and then he's got his rice. So let me get him to do a taste test for you guys. All right, there he is. Ignore he's dirty. He's been out work, and it's Saturday, day one that we're starting this, and I will post it on Saturday. But he did something today called chip drop, where they just bring you for free a bunch of wood chips, which is great for a chicken run.
Went on last night and created the account and the request, and lo and behold, I'm out washing 5-gallon buckets, and here comes a chip drop. I'm like,
5-gallon buckets are for animal feed and stuff. So
I was skeptical, but hey, it worked. So I just got done creating another request so I can get more.
Yay! All right, let us know what you think.
That's really good.
Thank you.
There's a little bit of crunch in there, which is good. And honestly, I didn't think I'd really care for tuna. I'm not a huge tuna fan.
You like when I make tuna patties. You always eat them.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. This is not like just eating straight tuna.
Yeah, like if I made tuna fish, he won't eat it. But tuna patties.
Yeah, I don't care for tuna fish. Don't care for tuna piano either. But, anyway, bad joke.
Don't even get it.
Bad joke.
But what,
you don't get it.
No,
tuna
I don't
fish,
get it.
Tuna piano.
Oh, like in tune?
As in tune, a fish.
All right,
yes.
I get it.
All right. Well, anyway, I'll stick to the day job.
Put that down. You're not done. The people want to see you try the green beans.
I'm just saying you should be happy I eat the tuna fish.
Somebody commented that for a picky eater, you are willing to try stuff. That's only because I have a camera on him. Otherwise, he wouldn't. He'd say no.
They're not bad. I mean, I'm not a green bean fan.
No, he's not.
Everybody's got their own.
Honey, you don't like any vegetables. What do you think makes that crunchy in the tuna?
Oh, I don't know. Celery?
Cabbage.
Oh.
Yeah. What you think about them apples? Just eat it.
Just eat it. Don't tell me what's in it. Hey, I've got my own palate. Everybody has theirs.
I know.
I just know what I like.
So I just
because
trick you.
I like or don't like something doesn't mean a viewer won't.
That's
will.
right. And I just trick you into eating whatever I think you should.
You mean like vegetable meatloaf?
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna go eat lunch. We'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so my son just came down and said he would like a blueberry pie. And so we're gonna make a healthier version, and it is the weekend, so I'm gonna make a treat, a dessert, more than just like the snacky yogurt that we made earlier. So we're gonna make a healthier substitution for a blueberry pie. So let's go on and make that up really quick. Okay, I'm gonna start by adding all these blueberries. And then I'm gonna add some pure maple syrup, or you could just add sugar. It's just pure maple syrup is what I have. It's gonna take the place of my sugar. So you can see we buy it by the big old gallons. And we use it a lot. All right, then I'm gonna add some starch here. I'm using potato starch because that's what I have, but you could just use cornstarch, whatever it is you have. Add some of that. And then just kind of stir this up. Now I'm not going to make a pie crust, so hopefully he's good with that. You know what else would be good, I think, in this? Alright, and I'm going to use just a little bit of the zest of our lemon, because we bought that lemon. And I had no real purpose for it other than sometimes we like to have lemon. You won't see me use all the fruit that I showed in the haul because my family likes to just grab fruit and they're going to eat it whenever they feel like eating it. So like the lemon, I just happened to get it before somebody cut it all up to have in their waters. But yeah, you won't see all of it be used. Alright, now I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to make our little topping. So we already had some butter out. It was open. I use what we already have open before I buy new or open the new packs. And I'm going to add some oats. I'm going to add a little vanilla. We have vanilla bean powder at our house. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. I am also going to add a little bit of cinnamon. A little bit more maple syrup. Remember, this is dessert. Oh, I forgot some salt. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this as well, and a little bit of salt to the blueberries. I'm just going to kind of mash this all up. Honestly, I'm just going to use my hands. I'm going to coat the top of this with this. Again, you could use sugar instead of maple syrup if you want. And then, just going to top this with this oat mixture. To make his blueberry pie. Alright, then I'm going to pop this in the oven at 350 degrees. I'm going to cook it until the granola looks nice and browned, and the blueberries just look cooked. So we'll start with like 20 minutes. Okay, here are our little yogurt bites. I just wanted to show them to you because the kids are already getting into them. They love them, so they're wonderful. So that is one of our snacks. Alright, here is the blueberry crisp. see it bubbling all over. Looks delicious. It smells divine. I'm gonna just let this cool off and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I just wanted to show you. So here is the blueberry all served up, and I'll have Charles do a taste test for you guys in just a few minutes. All right, Charles is gonna try it for you. Our healthier blueberry pie. I tried it. It could be a little sweeter, but I still like it a little bit tart. Yeah, it's still a bit warm.
I think you got it about right.
Yeah, I think it's good.
And yes, it's a little hot.
But it hits that one of something, like a pie or a cobbler, right? In a healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does.
No, it's good.
All right, we'll see you guys at dinner. All right, now it is time to start dinner. So we're gonna make chicken, asparagus, and we're just gonna go on and use that rice. I was gonna use that for lunch, what was left from yesterday's lunch, but instead we're gonna go on and make it now. And I don't know what she's doing back there, but sorry. We're gonna go on and make our dinner. Okay, so one of the first things that I'm gonna do is start a sauce to go with our chicken. But I'm also gonna use a little bit of this melted butterness for our asparagus. So I'm gonna start by melting some butter, and I'm gonna saute some garlic in that. So I got 2 cloves here. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut that up real quick. I'm just gonna add 2 cloves of chopped garlic. I'm gonna put this on a back burner and just let this cook up for a few minutes. I'm gonna take some parchment paper here, and I'm gonna take our asparagus. I'm just gonna kind of break the ends off where it gets tough. And I just feed these to our animals. All right, and then here I'm gonna drizzle a little oil. Now the oil that I use, we really only use like 2 kinds of oil at my house. We use avocado and we use coconut. It's really the only oils that I really use. Oh, and sesame oil. All right. After that, I'm gonna add a little bit of this garlic butter once this gets cooked back here and just sauteed a little bit more. And I'm also going to add some butter, or some salt. There. And just watch, I don't want this to burn. Alright, I'm gonna spoon a little bit of this garlic butter over top of here. And then I'm just gonna roast this in the oven. And then we'll finish our sauce. Okay, so for our chicken sauce, I'm gonna add maple syrup. Soy sauce. Some ginger. Some crushed red pepper.
You said 20 minutes, woman.
And I'm going to add a little rice vinegar to this. But I'm going to need a little more than that. So I'm going to go on and add more maple syrup. And more soy sauce. Alright, then I'm going to put this on this back burner to just kind of cook and get a little bit syrupy while we make the chicken. Alright, then all I'm going to do is just cut my chicken into bite size or smaller pieces. This is just a fast, easy way to do it. Now you can see this getting really dark, so I'm going to go on and get this off the heat. Let me give it a little taste and see. Alright, and then this chicken I'm just going to toss with some starch. I'm using potato starch. Again, that's what I have. That's what I just prefer. But you can use cornstarch. And I'm going to just toss all this chicken. I have my dish ready. And then we're just going to brown this chicken, and then we'll put it in this dish over here and coat it with this yummy sauce. Okay, so again, I'm just going to brown it. I'm just going to get the brown, put them on over here. They are popping like crazy. Okay, next I'm just going to pour all of our good sauce on here and toss this around and then put this in the oven. So this would be more like a teriyaki kind of sauce. That's, I guess, what I would say it kind of tastes like. We'll toss it around some more in just a little bit after it cooks for just a little while. So here is our beautiful asparagus. I'm gonna get that out and put the chicken in. The chicken should only need to cook for about 15 minutes or so, not very long. Alright, so I'm taking this out now. I'm gonna stir it. I'm just gonna check the temperature. I already stirred it once. I thought I was recording. Get it all covered in that sauce. It smells so good. And I just like to check our temperature. And I just do it on a few different pieces. Chicken should be cooked to 165. And all of mine is way higher than that, so we are perfect. So that's it. I'm going to top this with a little brown, I'm going to top this with a little green onion when I serve it, and maybe a little sesame seeds. Alright, so here is then what it looks like. And we buy sesame seeds by the huge containers. Because my family loves to add sesame seeds, and Asian food is their favorites. So, alright, I'm going to get Charles to try it, and then we'll have this delicious dinner. Alright, Charles is going to taste. He's been mowing grass for our cows again. And for those of you that are interested in what goes on here on our farm, make sure you do follow us on Instagram, because Charles posts on there. That's everything to do with the farm on Blue Jay Acres on Instagram. He posts, he tries to do every day, but he falls off the wagon some. But he's back at it. Asparagus is good, huh? I tried it all. It's wonderful. The kids are devouring it.
Crunchy.
Yeah.
It's good.
Alright, try the chicken's hot, babe. Not too hot? Okay, good.
Not spicy nor temperature.
Well, I know it's not spicy hot.
No, it's pretty good. I like it.
Alright.
What is this one?
I don't know. I
Is
guess
it a wing?
teriyaki-ish. I don't know. I just threw it together. But that turned out really good. Kids are loving it.
So Art, you're allowed to wing chicken.
Oh, heavens. Alright, let's go eat dinner. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye, everybody.